The story for Animaniacs, Wakko's Wish is set in a once thriving village in the middle of nowhere, a decrepit town where all the Animaniacs characters cannot make ends meet anymore. Everybody's dirt poor. The town is breaking apart. The Warner siblings, orphaned. They are dirt poor. They can't afford anything as well, and their Dot is sick, and that she needs surgery, and they have no means to pay for it. So Wakko looks upon a star and makes a wish. That star lands out in the fields, and the fairy from that star comes out and tells them, you must touch that star in order to make your wish come true. So Wakko takes his siblings and goes off to touch that. However, all the other folks want to go to touch that star too to make their wishes come true. They all have dreams. They want their wishes to come true as well. But so does the tax collector and the king. The tyrannous king that will do anything, make any means made to get what he desires. Now, Animaniacs, I believe, was already canceled before this movie was made. And they did have a good ending for their show, but not for everybody. Not for the characters and all this and that. Same thing with Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain had two spin-offs, the Pinky and the Brain show and Pinky, Elmire and the Brain. They tried to do a crossover event with Tiny Toons. And it seems like overall, though, everybody related to Animaniacs, the Animaniacs characters in the universe, didn't quite have a proper end. To me, they did. I was happy with that, but they kind of created this story that didn't really necessarily connect to the TV series, but has a lot of callbacks. I mean, a lot of callbacks to the show, and is set in its own universe and has its own story and stuff. It's kind of like a mini movie in a way. Then its own universe, and it's just a movie just using these characters. And it's just a nice cap, just a nice putting everything in a bow to like have all the characters live happily ever after. And they succeeded. I mean, it was very well done. It is a nice, closure. It gives good closure, I guess is what I'm saying, for all the characters on Animaniacs at the time. Because they didn't know they were going to revive this show years later. I mean, they didn't think that, so it was a good cap off and good closure. And all the characters were great. They were very well done. It was nice to see them all interacting in one story rather than having being an anthology like the TV series or variety show where they would have their own little stories in different episodes and they wouldn't interact with each other much. Whereas this one, all the characters, Slappy Squirrel, Pinky and the Brain, the Dr. Scratch and Sniff, Hello Nurse, the pigeons. I mean, everybody from Pinky and the Brain were in here. Even the mime was in here. The chicken, Mindy and the dog, Buttons. Everybody was in this, and they were all just interacting with one another. It was great. And of course, the humor was there, which was perfect. Just love that. The story was good, and the king was interesting. But what was like I said, it was just a great cap. I mean, it was very childish, yes, but it was sweet. It was funny. There was plenty of adult humor in there, and what I like to call airplane humor. If you ever seen the movie Airplane, and a good airplane humor where they just take things straight-laced fact, which is hilarious. But it was good. It was very good. The only complaint I really have about it is just too many songs. It was a musical, yes, and I wouldn't have minded that. I mean, they sang in the TV series plenty of times, but right after another, it just got annoying. After a point, it was like I guess they probably didn't have any idea of what to do for the many people trekking to the star. So it was like one person would end a song, then another one would start, and another one. It was just like, can we just move on? We don't need every freaking person singing a song to go. It's like, just move on. It was turning into an opera at that point, but thankfully afterwards they just stopped the singing until like the very end. Yeah. So other than that, this movie was great. It was fun. A lot of good callbacks, especially with Mr. Director, the Jerry Lewis impersonation, and some other things that connected it to the TV series. And again, it was something that made you go, not only reminisce you of that, but also connect it to the show to the movie, but also to, just like I said, tie everything together into a nice bow to present the ending. Because after the ending, that's it. And it was just like, that was beautiful. It wasn't like perfect, but if you're a kid or adult that's a fan of the show, it was just like gratifying. It was satisfactory. You were just like, yep, that is a beautiful ending. I thought I had achieved that with the end of the original run of the TV series of Animaniacs. I thought that was a great ending itself. It ended right. It ended well for the show. Yes, I wish I had more, but for what it was, I was happy. But then you get this movie, and it's like, that's just beautiful. It was like a love letter to the fans, and just say thank you for watching, and all the characters were like together to just say thank you, fans, for watching us, and as a show of our gratitude, here's this movie, and we all say goodbye. So that was great. I give this movie 3 stars out of 5. It was just great, enjoyable, fun. Like I said, the only flaw was too many musical numbers. That's about it. But if you're a fan of Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain, this is a good show to watch, particularly if you watch the original runs, like the original 90s TV show of Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain. This movie is a good show to watch. This movie is a good show to watch, and then you can watch the revival TV series right after that, where it just continues. It doesn't continue after the movie, it just continues. So that was great. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. You all have a lovely day. Thank you, and good night.